What's up, Holy Hype Nation? Welcome back. I'm your host, your name, and today we're talking about taking a giant leap of faith. Literally. We all have moments where we feel like we're in over our heads, surrounded by storms and swirling waves of doubt. You know that feeling, right? When the world feels out of control and you're just trying to hold on? Well, today we're diving into a story that proves that when you keep your eyes on Jesus, you can do the impossible. We're talking about Peter, the disciples, and a stroll on the water. So picture this. Jesus had just finished feeding over 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. After that incredible miracle, he told his disciples to get in a boat and go ahead of him to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. He went up on a mountain by himself to pray. But as the disciples rowed across the sea, a massive storm began to brew. The wind was against them, the waves were crashing, and they were a long way from shore. The Bible says they were struggling against the sea. It must have felt terrifying, alone in the dark, tossed around by the storm. In the middle of the night, as they were fighting the storm, they looked out and saw a figure walking on the water, coming toward them. They were completely freaked out. They thought it was a ghost and screamed in fear. But then a voice called out from the waves, a familiar voice. "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." It was Jesus. Now, here's where the holy hype kicks in. Simon Peter, bless his heart, is the first to speak. He says, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." It's a bold request, but Jesus, with total calm, simply says, "Come." Peter gets out of the boat and starts walking on the water, going toward Jesus. He's doing the impossible. It's a pure miracle, powered by his faith and obedience. But then, he makes a mistake. He takes his eyes off of Jesus. He sees the wind and the waves and he starts to get scared. And as soon as his focus shifts from the Creator to the creation, from Jesus to the storm, he starts to sink. He cries out, "Lord, save me!" And Jesus immediately reaches out his hand and grabs him. He says, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Then, as soon as they get back in the boat, the wind dies down and the storm stops. So what's the holy hype takeaway from Peter walking on water? Jesus always meets us in the storm. He didn't wait for the storm to pass. He came to them in the middle of it. Whatever you're facing, Jesus is right there with you. Sometimes you have to step out of the boat. It's comfortable and safe in the boat, but you'll never experience the impossible unless you're willing to step out in faith. What boat is holding you back right now? Keep your eyes on Jesus. As long as Peter's eyes were on Jesus, he was walking on water. The moment he looked at the storm, he started to sink. When doubt and fear start to creep in, turn your focus back to Jesus. So I want to challenge you this week. Holy Hype Nation, what is your boat? What's holding you back from stepping out in faith? I want you to remember this story and know that even if you start to sink, Jesus is right there to grab your hand. Let me know in the comments what your boat is and how this story inspired you to take a leap of faith. And hey, if this message hyped you up, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more holy hype. You are loved, you are valued, and you are called to walk on water for Christ. See you next time, Holy Hype Nation. Peace.